performance in the end? I mean, obviously the injuries heading and then the injuries during the game to win so comprehensively.
Yeah, really pleased. Came here today with intention to see a few different Collingwood players that the fans hadn't seen and hadn't been exposed to the level. I said before the game that we'll still have 23 Collingwood jumpers out there. Just want to look really connected and really pleased for that part. That young guys getting opportunities that they've been craving for, and then they jump at it. And you look at Reef and Finn, kicking 3 goals each, and Joey Richards looks like he's more than capable to play at that level, which we thought, based on his form. But still, you've got to go execute. We're really pleased.
Is it the biggest outcome of the last 2 games when you include Lockie Sullivan? Do you feel like you've got a much deeper squad than you maybe did a fortnight ago?
Yeah, and then that's what this competition forces you to do. And West Coast are going through at the moment. They lose their best midfielder, and then they lose their best key forward, who's nearly winning the Coleman. That's difficult to replace. You can't replace certain levels of your talent, but all you ask is for guys to come in and do the job. And for us today, we asked to come and do your job, and we got a little bit more. That won't always be the case, but all those guys come in and impacted the game, which is really pleasing.
They did, but you had to throw Jeremy forward, then you lose him.
Yeah.
What do you do now?
Yeah. Well, this is it, isn't it? Like you're hoping. Well, I'll just probably go back to just on the development side. I want to give credit to our development team: Josh Fraser, Andy Otten, Nev Jetta, and Chloe McMillan, and these and Harmit Singh. They're doing a fantastic job. That right now they're copying at a VFL level. The VFL are struggling because they've got there's a flow-on effect, but they've done an incredible job to get these young players ready to perform. That's career ownership, but the getting the players ready, setting them up to succeed is awesome. So well done to our team.
The forward line was obviously drastically different today, and the way it looked, and you've still managed to produce 10 individual goals. I mean, it's be just a really pleasing aspect of the game.
Yeah, and that's the point around what do you do next. We're really proud of our defensive efforts today. We kept an opposition to 37 points. Now, and that's really difficult to do. And so, we kept an opposition to, they kicked 5 goals. And I'm really confident we'll find a way to score. What that equates to, who knows? We had 10 individual goal kicks this week, and we've had that over time. We're not a forward line that's relied on someone kicking 5 or 6 goals. That just hasn't been our story. It may not be our story. But we'll find a way to score through a good system.
If we had a way to score through centre clearances, which was on some sort of record today.
Is it? Yeah, okay. No, well, the centre bounces going in the game, Hayden Skipworth, we learnt some good lessons against the Bombers. We got smashed around that phase, and the next 2 weeks we're really positive around what that looks like. They're one of the best centre bounce clearance scoring teams in the comp going into this game, so we knew that was a big part of the game.
You talk about the younger players and what it means for them showing depth, but what does it actually add as far as energy?
Yeah. Well, certainly when they kick your first goal, it provides an enormous amount of energy, not only for the players but all of us staff. There's an excitement about youth. There is. When you're young, bring energy. When you're old, try to bring energy. We saw Steele go to half back today. He looked really lively and did some really nice things for us. So this is a long competition, a long year, and along the journey you find out about yourself. Every team's going to go through some form of injury management, and this is what comes next. Is the important part.
Just on the injuries, what's the early sense with Harvey Harrison, Jeremy Howe?
Yeah, Harry's got a adductor strain. Not major, but he's likely to miss a game or 2. I don't know, but he's unlikely to play in the coming weeks. Harvey rolled his ankle, just a standard sprain. We get a 6-day break, unlikely to play, but you never know. We'll see how that progresses.
And did Jack have a concussion?
Yeah, Jack got concussion, and a young lad comes in and he's got his second opportunity. He looked really at home. He did some nice things for us. Took a nice mark, did other little things. So there's some comfort in knowing that there's some trustworthy guys waiting to get their opportunity.
Just like to touch on defensively, you said before that it's the first time it's actually played.
Yeah.
What was the discussion like before that?
Yeah, it was good. 318 games and never played back.
New trick.
Yeah, well, it's and funny enough, it's 20 metres further down the ground than what he normally plays. Yeah. He helps our back line out a lot. At stoppages, helps our back line out. He's a smart player, and he can read the play really well, and he was really important today. I'm looking forward to watching the replay of all the things that I saw live, and it's exciting for him.
Did he need it? Did he need that move? I mean, just to sort of get him going in this year?
No, I think his last couple of weeks has been progressing towards this, and change of role can give excitement. I did chat to him, and he said, I've got a bit of an excitement in my stomach, a new challenge and a new opportunity, and I don't want to put ceilings on players. This game will, you're too old or you're too slow. Why would we? Just get better. Today was better than potentially he's ever been. Clearly, as a back, he's never done it. So, will that prolong his career? I'm not sure, but it's certainly a good step towards it.
Does the injuries alter how you might have managed some of those players? Like off a 6-day break earlier in the year, you had a couple of short breaks, and you wondered about playing the older players through that period. Does this sort of force your hand a bit?
We've been pretty deliberate in what we want in terms of you see early in the season resting some of our players or managing. We had a plan to do the same now. I think we've got a couple or 3 6-day breaks coming. So we're pretty deliberate, whether it's game time, whether it's training loads, whether it's resting. We've been forced a bit. Geordie's forced and Tom Mitchell forced. These things are in front of us we can't control, but there is an intent to look after our players. It's a long year.
Dacos and Chris once again led from the front and the middle with those guys out.
Yeah.
Must be really proud of their performances.
Yeah, Jack in particular. Jack. That's Jack's best game by far. Everything that we want of Jack, he was there. High run, inside 50s, led inside 50s, high pressure, second highest on the ground. And then there's Nick. I think they tried to tag him in the second half, and he's just such an incredible worker. Again, he led tackles for us, and he led contested positions, 17 contested positions. Apparently, he gets the easy ball.
Back to Richards and McRae. I mean, they were impactful when the game was up for grabs in the first half. It wasn't like they were really in the thick of it, weren't they?
Yeah, and you can only look above the level of VFL, and then you get your chance. And then he gets his chance. I'm talking about Joey, and he was the highest pressure player on the ground in your first game, and set up many goals. Kicked his own, maybe unlucky not to get a couple. Really clean. It didn't look really. Same with Sullivan. Looks really clean. Harvey Harrison really clean at ground level and in tune with the game. That's exciting for those young lads.
You love the storytelling since you've been at this club, but how much do you love the Joe Richards story? Given he was playing for Wangaratta 2 years ago. That's where Derek Cohen went and got him from. It's quite an incredible story.
Yeah, I remember Decker telling me about him, and he got this kid from Shep, and I think half the Shep was here today watching, and he's been a guy that you could tell that was coming, but it was early days. I'm talking last year. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe, but this year it's been like, okay, this guy looks too good for VFL, and then he looks ready to play AFL. We've got a pretty good array of small forwards, Bo McRae, Lockie Sullivan, and Bobby Hill. It's hard to go past those guys, but all of a sudden the opportunities present. You go, okay, we've got one more that can do all the things that we need when we need them.
What's he done to improve himself since he's arrived?
Physically, he looks stronger. Come back after pre-season, looked like a strong young man, and then role compliance, diligence. We have a development player of the month. He won it in April for doing all the things that make you want to get better every day. You don't fluke this stuff. I say that regularly. You turn up here, you can hope that you play well, but sometimes you come here with great belief because you've done the work.
You got Schultz at least back next week. Anyone else?
We're hoping. There's still some time to play, but Geordie and Tom will be a race to the line, but there's some chance at this stage. Jamie, we're going to get an update on Jamie. We'll probably release that early this week. There's just some stuff that's been grumbling, so it might be a bit more than 1 week. And Bo McRae, he won't be available next week. He hasn't come up in the protocols in enough time, so he'll miss another week, but likely the week after. Thanks, guys.